Hi, my name's Phil Benham, founder and product evangelist for Ignition Hub. In this video, I want to take you through customizing your pre-sale survey app. So the first thing you'd want to do is log in, and if you remember, the username was admin and the password is admin, but you may have changed that in order to secure your login information. So now we're on the settings page. Now there are a few things that we can customize here, and they're pretty much all in the basic options section here. When you first got the application, you probably had this image as the full screen background image. Now one of the ways you can customize this is by uploading a full screen background image. So if we save the settings here and go ahead and preview in a new tab, we'll see that we have the background image here, and you can make it whatever you want. It's going to automatically fill the screen with the background image. So the best dimensions are 1200 by let's say 780 or something like that, 1200 by 800. You can make it larger, you can make it smaller, but I would always advise you to make it a small file size. So if you have a way of optimizing it and getting it down below a megabyte, you know, maybe 600K or 300K, something like that, it will load fairly quickly. If you go above 1 megabyte in that area, you know, with this image, it might take a little while for it to load on visitors' computer screens. So you want to take that in mind. And the next thing you want to think about is whether you want this background image or if you want a background color. So let's talk about that. If you wanted a background color, you see we have the option here, full screen background color. And if we hover over this help section, it tells us that the default color is white, and it was, I changed it a minute ago. Using this value to match your brand, using a full screen background image will override this setting. So in order to get a background color versus an image, all we have to do is remove that image, and let's go ahead and make this background color red just for the effect. Whoops. Let's just make it red there. Okay, why is it there? Okay, it's working. Okay. So we'll go ahead and save the settings, and then we don't have to hit preview every time since we already have it in a new tab. We'll just click refresh. So now we see the image is gone, and now we have a red background color. So that's really a good option if you wanted to color coordinate your background and the question box. So now you can also customize this question box by changing the container overlay color and the text color. All right, so what we're meaning by the overlay color is, in comparison to this red, we see that this overlay is black, and then of course the text is white. So we can easily change these two things. If we wanted to make the overlay, let's say white, and then the survey text color black, we can do that. And now we just switch those. So now we'll refresh this and see that the overlay is white and the questions are black. So that's really easy way of customizing. You can just about get any kind of color combination here. One of the things that I like to do is when we do have an image, let's pick a different image. One of the places I like to go for images is unsplash.com, and they have a lot of beautiful images. So if I wanted, they also have a little search feature here, and if I wanted to search by computer, I like this image. So what I'll do is I'll open this link in a new tab. And it looks like, see how it's taken a while to download? It looks like it's a pretty large image. So what I'll do is I'll copy this image. And if you have any other kind of photo application, you could use that. I'm going to use Photoshop here. And what I like to do is go ahead and create a new file from the clipboard. Look how big that is. I mean, that's a huge image, 4,000 pixels wide. So I'm just gonna paste, excuse me. And now, excuse me. Now I want to take the image and take the canvas size. And well, I really don't even have to do this. What I can do easily is save for the web, right? It'll keep the same dimensions. It just takes a while for this to load depending on how much memory your computer is using at the time. And then I want to look at, well, let it load for a second here. So it's 14 megabytes. That's crazy. So what I want to do is take this down to maybe 1,000 pixels. And now it looks like it's 994. I'm also going to take it and make it a JPEG, maybe low. Well, see, that's a little too low. Maybe a medium. And we'll see now it's only 66K. So that's fantastic. I just want to save that. I'll save it to my desktop. It'll be Untitled 1. And then all I have to do is come back into the survey settings and select the image. Go to the desktop. It's Untitled 1. And then I'll go ahead and save the settings. Now, the next thing I want to do is look at this and see how I can modify these questions to match the background here. Now, so it looks like the white is doing pretty good, but I think I'm going to go with matching one of these colors. Now, you may have a color picker on your computer somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and use this, and it copies the hex value to my clipboard. And now I'm going to go into the container overlay color, and now I'm going to paste that color in, and I'm going to make the text white. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and save the settings. Now let's look at that. I don't know, this looks pretty good, but let's take a look and see what this is. This looks really nice because I like the way that the white kind of blends, kind of sticks out according to the white background here. So I want to go ahead and keep it like that. But do you see how we can, if you find some type of color picker on your computer, you can find, the dominant color in your background picture, and you can, replace that with you can modify the overlay color, and then you can contrast the text color. So let's see, the other thing that I want to talk about is the multiple choice option animation. If you notice, we have three different things here, three different animation options. So the first one is scribble fill, and if we look at this, we see that it scribbles the option. It ends up scribbling something, right? Okay, so now I have Google as the redirect URL. So let's do this. Let's see what the other ones are. Freehand circle. If we go ahead and save the settings there, and let's look at the freehand circle here. Refresh and see what that looks like. That's pretty neat. See, so it has the circle here, and it just kind of circles that option, right? All right, cool. All right, so the next one is the sketch swirl, and let's see what that does. Let's refresh this so we get that option there. And so that kind of swirls. It's kind of a messy look. This might be something you would use for kids. Any niche targeting children or teenagers maybe. So it has that kind of messy swirl look. So those are the different options for the multiple choice animation. I like the freehand circle for more business oriented, the scribble fill for personal niches, and then maybe the sketch swirl for products or services aimed at children or teenagers. Anyway, so there we go. The next videos we'll talk about some of these questions and answers. And I guess the last thing we can talk about is your redirect URL. You know what? I think we'll go more into that when we start talking about questions and answers, because it's important that you base your questions and answers on the the offer or redirect URL that you want visitors to go to when they're finished. All right, thanks for watching this video. We look forward to seeing you in upcoming videos.